Hello everybody and welcome to part 7 of the Power Creep TV Dark Souls co-op playthrough. I'm Links and last time we saw Qualag and this time we'll be going into Sense Fortress, but first we must actually upgrade our weapon.
You're finally getting it to Divine.
Yeah, finally, so all our farming is finally worth it. So we can either make it a large, just a normal weapon, but we want to make it divine. So just to remind you guys, we got the Divine Ember from the Moonlight Butterfly in Dark Creek Basin. Actually, sorry, Dark Creek Garden. Dark Creek Basin is where we killed the Hydra. And that will allow us to get us to Divine +5. Later on, we'll get an upgrade material to get it to Occult +5. But for now, we're just going to make it Divine +5.
You can also take it further to Divine +10, but that requires a different ember.
Yes, and the Occult and Divine Embers are in the mid to late game. So we won't be getting those for, I would say, another hour or two. It won't be much longer. Especially for the Occult one.
I'd say if you really wanted to go off, you could get... Actually, no, you could get the large Divine Ember before that, because you don't actually need to go into the sealed off area in the catacombs.
Yeah, but I find like getting out of the catacombs to be a pain in the ass, because you have to go down to the Tomb of the Giants. That's the problem, and you don't have a warp to get out of the Tomb of the Giants. So,
no, unless you just like YOLO it all the way down, then...
Homeward bound out. I was trying to think of the word.
Yeah, and if you don't get killed by... Or you can just get killed by the skeleton. Oh, crap, I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm dead. Man snake. Those are the enemies we'll be fighting.
You got killed by the man serpents?
Yep, well, I forgot to follow my own rule. I tried to parry, and then I just got absolutely... Because I got stun locked to death. Because those man serpent greatswords, they do a lot of damage. So those snakes, for people who don't know, their weapon, very strong at stun locking you. They have very high poise, and they take a decent amount of health to kill. So... I'm actually going to have to recover my souls quickly. Next to all, I'm actually human, so I can actually see Timmy's summon sign. We'll kill those snakes, and then we'll bring Timmy into the world.
Can't believe you died to the first two serpent men.
Luckily, I will show the cheeky way of using the booby traps as Sense Fortress to actually kill the serpents. But first, I need to actually make sure I'm human, otherwise we can't do PvP whatsoever. Oh, sorry, PvE.
Co-op.
Co-op. Well, yeah, that's true.
PvE is you versus everything.
Well, yeah, well, summoning is PvE. It's players versus environment.
It's co-op. Players versus players is PvP.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. Well, PvE also works for co-op. Because it's player versus environment. Okay, so... let us actually show... So basically, you may notice when walking, there's actually a raised bit of floor on the ground. That is a pressure plate that will activate a cross... Well, would it be a crossbow BB trap? Just like... Well, it just fires arrows out of the wall.
Ballista?
Ballista, that works. You can kind of see a slit in the stairs, and that's essentially... Oh, I see a summon sign. Perfect. I think I can actually... Oh, no, that's someone else.
That's not me.
That's someone else.
That's not me.
Oh, well. So, what you do is you bait them down the stairs, fire the booby trap, and as you can see, the bolts will actually kill one of them. So, it just leaves one left. And if I can actually parry for once, which usually I'm pretty good with, but I'm just used to Dark Souls 2 for a bit, so just going to backstab him. And now, we'll be right back once I get Timmy into the world. Welcome to Sense Fortress, and welcome to my world.
I look like piss.
I don't know, you look glowing incandescent glory is what I would say.
I look like radioactive piss.
That's rude, that's what I look like when I'm in your videos most of the time now, because I'm already a sunbro as well.
I always think you look like piss.
Oh, lovely. This is the love that we have here today. So, that's a fun little thing. We're going to jump down here and actually...
I hate you.
You don't like me jumping down there?
Yeah.
You don't like me jumping... Why didn't you follow me, Timmy? Follow the host.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta save your ass.
Save me from what, exactly? Fall damage?
Yeah. Look out. Gravity.
So basically last episode we showed off an illusory world. Guess what? There's more illusory walls already around the corner right here.
I usually forget about this one.
Yeah, so this is actually a completely optional area. There's a very tiny reward for coming here, but I think it's a nice reward and gives a bit of world building. So, you may have seen last time in the cutscene there was someone pulling the gate open to Sense Fortress. This is the guy who opened Sense Fortress for us. Isn't he very nice?
And like typical RPG players, we are going to kill everyone who ever tried to help us.
Oh yeah, of course, why wouldn't we? I mean, he gives souls. Souls is everything. So basically, he does some very big heavy attacks, as well as a weird charge-up attack, but we killed him before he even did his weird sort of like smashing, running around attack.
I
And
mean,
that's-
Link kills pots to get rubies, and we kill giants.
And that will give us a Titanite chunk. So if you're wanting to do a full plus 15 weapon, you're absolutely fine. Otherwise, like me, you don't need them at all.
Speaking of which, at some point in time, I need you to give me some of those.
I can actually do that right now. Just roll off there, and I'll actually give you my stuff. So let's actually quickly, because Timmy actually needs something else. So here are my 5 large Titanite, 4 large Titanite chunks, and a Titanite slab.
Yes. I don't need the slab because I'm going boss weapon.
Oh, that's right. You don't even need the chunks. Oh, you can always break them down and do other things with them, if you want to like upgrade your
I
armor
can-
or something.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Smoke's armor. I don't remember.
Smoke's
what
armor you
that
can't
upgrades
upgrade.
with.
I'm pretty sure you
Okay.
can't. Similar to Ornstein,
Ah.
Ornstein either. Oh, did you get hit by a spike? Not a spike.
No, I got hit.
axe.
Got hit by a thing, and I accidentally locked onto him and nearly walked off the edge.
That's a bit awesome. So basically, the main thing of Sense Fortress, lots of swinging axes, narrow platforms, easy to fall off. So a high poise shield or just high poise armor is highly recommended if you're new to the area.
Which means I'm good to go, and Lynx is not.
I've actually got the Black Knight shield, so I'm pretty fine. It's actually a very decent stability. So this guy here is being a big old jerk, so I'm just going to hit him with my Lucerne and just get rid of him that way. So another thing, if you're looking carefully and remember from earlier, similar wall ballista design, I'm going to
Move.
walk past the trap so Timmy doesn't get hit by
Move.
it. And Timmy's just going to block with his shield. In the chest, more large Titanite, which I'll give to Timmy, because why not?
I don't really have any other shields. I have this shield
There
that
you
I
go.
got from
There you
Knight Kirk.
go. Oh nice, you got the spike
But I
shield.
don't have-
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, but I don't have anything else.
Okay, so to show off a cool area, so usually this area is blocked up by a boulder. However, what you need to do is first get this guy to wake up, and then you need to kind of make him face the wall, and then he does a very special attack where essentially he does a thrusting forward and he breaks the wall. Or you can do that
Oh,
as well.
that
Usually it
works.
only requires the thrusting attack, but I guess you can also do it with the other attack. Usually you would have to do something later on to actually open up this wall, but we broke it early using... I'm pretty sure because of like the way... I think like the wall has a certain poise limit, and if it's hit with a strong enough attack, it will essentially break.
That's one way to look at it. I would like to think that that was intentional, just because like I wouldn't put it past Dark Souls to do something like that, just to be a bit more interesting.
So as you can see, there's a guy in a chest here, in a cage, sorry. So if you have the master key, very easy to open. Later on, you can actually get the cage key at the very top of Sans Fortress, which will allow you to also get a shortcut. But for now, this is the only way to get him. He will show you some very high level... Don't kill him, Timmy.
I can't hurt him. I can't hurt him.
Don't you...
I'm Phantom.
Oh, sorry, for a second I forgot about that. So he will go back to Firelink, he will actually sell you sorceries, and later on he will move to the Duke's Archives and sell you the best sorceries in the game. Also, if you do complete his questline, you get his pimp-ass hat, as well as a cool catalyst.
And does he drop the white dragon breath?
Yes,
or
no, you have to make sure you finish his questline before you do that, but yes, he does give you White Dragon Breath.
on his death or on a chest?
On his... Yes, on his death, because you have to kill him, because then you get the Tin Banishment Crystal, as well as his hat.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, this is a very clever Dark Souls thing. They kind of put an enemy there, and then a boulder just flies past. If you want to go up there, there is actually a very nice ring. However, we do not need said ring. I'm just going to run straight for the fog here.
I do really like when game developers make something apparent, like
So-
like that. Like, oh, there's boulders in the area, but it doesn't shove it in your
Oh,
face.
God.
Doesn't give like a 3-minute cutscene with multiple angles. Like, look out, there's boulders.
So now to show something else off, if you were, so what Dark Souls, especially this area, is teaching you especially, you need to be patient. If you turn around, you can actually see there's a wall ballista, and if you've been paying attention, there's a thing on the floor to actually trigger it. I think Timmy used, nope, there you are. Timmy stood on it, so if you want, you can actually use that to kill the serpent that we just killed, because if you hit the wall, he'll come running to you. So now, this next area. So if you were observing last time, you can kind of see the grooves on the floors where the boulder went by. So...
Very smushed, yeah.
And you can kind of hear it. If you have sound on, you can see the boulder walk past. Except for some reason I have a glitch and it's double boulder. I've never seen that happen
Okay, that's
before.
not just me then.
That's a
I was
really weird
terrified.
glitch. So what we're going to do is actually go down to the very bottom of the pit. And we're going to show off... There's actually lots of new mechanics here. So, to show off a brand new mechanic, this chest looks simple, right? Nope. As you can kind of see, if you can look close enough, you can kind of see it's breathing.
I want to open it.
No, don't open it, Timmy, no! Timmy, no! Oh, no, no, no. Goodbye, Timmy. Why'd you open it? I was going to show off the mimic mechanic without getting killed, but I guess Timmy also wanted to show off the mimic. So,
I
as
forgot
you-
that phantoms could actually open it.
You fool. So, Timmy's been vanquished. I'm not going back. We're going to finish off the rest of the... Because it won't take much longer to finish off the rest of Sans. So
You asshole!
I'm not gonna go back for you. You got yourself killed in the dumbest way possible. So
You say you were gonna do it yourself!
I wasn't. I was trying to explain that I was going to actually hit it and show that it's a mimic, or show the chain that's actually inwards that it's a mimic, not actually open it. I'm not an idiot. So there are two ways to deal with mimics: either through a Lloyd's talisman at it, which will basically open it up and you can take the weapon for free, or you can kill it and still get the weapon for free. So I'm just gonna basically kill it because my Lucerne is nice and strong now. However, be careful, he can still grab you even in this form, and he has some very strong kicks. And
He has a couple of like spinny karate ninja kicks as well.
So what we got there was the lightning spear, very nice weapon. And while we were there, most people wouldn't actually turn back and look around, but as you can see, the boulders have actually opened up a wall to get ourselves a very nice ring, which is the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring. So what this ring does is boost item discovery. So if you want to farm Timmyy like I was earlier, or you want to farm a piece of armor, a sword, or anything, that is the thing you need.
You don't
Like 100% need it.
It makes it so much easier. Actually,
very useful.
I'm going to show in comparison the difference between having it on and off. So
Well, all you gotta show is numbers. It's not really gonna mean much.
So item discovery. So usually it's a 100. You get 200 extra item discovery. Even with 10 humanity, I believe you only get like a small minor bonus to it. So it's a massive increase. Massive increase. Actually, we'll equip Havels, because currently we don't need the Rusted Iron Ring, though we won't be needing that for a while, actually. You can use that Rusted Iron Ring if you want to farm Timmyy in that tar pit, where we rolled down to earlier, but for now we're just going to climb to the top of the fortress. So this is actually the device that was shooting boulders down to us as we were walking down the ramp, to make sure it doesn't do that anymore, as well as to complete Sigma's quest. If you want to do that, just turn it this way, and it will now shoot out into the, I don't know where that will shoot at, actually. Hopefully it doesn't squash people.
I can't see which direction you pointed.
So you know how like there's like an open... Oh, I nearly tried and go past that trap, but I got
if it's just like an open thing that drops off,
thing.
it just goes into nothingness.
It goes into Darkroot Garden, I guess.
Those poor trees.
Yep, so this area. So to get past those spikes, make sure you just run past all of them in one smooth motion, otherwise you'll get hit. The next one, however, is kind of similar to the first one, where you wait in between the middle of the two. You'll also see behind us that we're getting chased, but that doesn't matter. Also, to the side of us, there's a lightning guy. He will throw lightning. Run fast through the area, you can avoid him. And finally, there's one final trap there. As you can see, there's a blister wall, but luckily they give you stairs as well. And now, you're at the top of the fortress. Congratulations. That's it.
Hey.
And now we're actually going to open up the bonfire. The bonfire is actually very well hidden if you don't know what to look for. And also there'll be firebombs kind of raining down from above in a second. You'll hear them on my end from someone at the very top. If you just walk off the edge very slightly, second bonfire. And we've now made it to the top of Sen's Fortress.
It's very easy to miss that bonfire on your first playthrough, because you're kind of like walking very slowly as it's taught you so far in Sense. Like you don't take, many risks. And then all of a sudden there's just fire everywhere, you're getting hurt, you just want to run, and you do not look for it.
Yeah, so we're going to actually rest at this bonfire. Then, Timmyy, I'm going to make sure I actually get you through Sense without dying and not dying to a mimic like you did, because that was dumb. That was inexcusable, Timmyy.
That was entertainment.
Entertainment, that's true. I mean, actually, if you do actually get caught by a mimic, if you basically mash the bumpers or whatever, I wouldn't actually know what to do for PC controls, but essentially you'll mash your heavy attacks, your left and right heavy attack, you can actually get out of that grab a bit quicker and not take as much damage.
I actually tried doing that, but my health is too low.
Yeah, so I'll actually help you out through the... Okay, so we'll be back once we get Timmyy through there, and we'll finally take on the boss of this place, the Iron Golem. Back at the top of Sen's Fortress. So, Timmyy, you're still here, aren't you?
Yes, I'm currently doing my magic trick. If you watch my episode, you'll know what I mean.
It is quite the magic trick. I mean, he gets up with 0 deaths. I mean, he did such a beautiful run in his end. You should totally watch.
Oh, yeah. Like, so graceful with all the swinging blades. I mean, and then, like, I clapped my hands and I was revived and in a better place.
And then, like, he didn't even need my help at all. Like, he just whizzed through there. Like, I was just dead weight, really. Oh, crap, I screwed up the jump.
Well, at one point, yes, you were, because you were getting bitch slapped by the man serpent.
That was what, yeah. But look, both our ends, we had some point where we were all dead weight. You got ate in by a mimic, I got hit by a serpent. We're even, I guess.
And if you'd seen it in the 2016 OPL...
Oh, I love casting their way. I've actually got, like, the privilege of being able to cast every single one of their games.
I'm pretty sure they misinterpreted in a big way what I said one time in the Twitch chat. I basically said to them, I don't want to make a judgment call on where you guys were, because it was only like week 2, and they hadn't really fought all that amazing teams at that point.
Oh,
they fought Inside, but I thought they were just having a really bad week, so I didn't really hold that against them.
Inside, they're doing interestingly, like, this split especially, like, I think they are going to finish top 2, but these first couple of weeks they've had a rough start, I think. But they've, like, brought it together and they're doing pretty nicely.
Oh yeah, Inside I'd say will probably fight Deadweight at the end.
Yeah, that's like, literally, they're going to finish second, yeah. Also, I know we don't usually talk about OPL, but we both are a part of the Smart Oceanics team. We are going to talk about it from time to time, most likely, simply because we're just so passionate about it.
Yeah, like, just slips on through. I mean, hey, if we give them shoutouts, maybe we'll get more views on these videos.
Nope, I don't think that'll be the case.
Share these videos with everyone.
Share with everyone. Make sure everyone sees us do mediocre and okay at Dark Souls. Sorry, just before we go on, that jump there, so you basically have to do a running jump to get across, otherwise you can't get across here. There is a merchant in here who will sell some very nice heavy armor, as well as some rings, but I do not aim for any of that. What we're coming here for is for one very specific thing, which is the cage key.
I wish I was recording. Oh, actually, I am still recording at the moment, but like, I tried to make it back to the top. I went onto that final narrow walkway.
Yeah?
And at the very start, I went, oh, my blood sign's there. So I did a really sharp sort of turn to come back, and I went straight off.
You should have, like, if you're recording, just put it, like, on an end slide, like, put it, like, a highlight sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I could.
I mean, we should, like, have a death counter for how many times Timmyy has died in Sans Fortress. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember, how many times have I died in this playthrough compared to the amount of times you died in Sans Fortress? Because I think I've died less.
Look, we started recording not too long ago, but before that, our last session was like 2 weeks ago, so I have no fucking clue, mate.
Yeah, same, yeah. So that cage key that it was used to either open up the cages we saw earlier with Logan as well as that soul, and the most importantly, it will allow us to open us a shortcut back to the bottom of Sans Fortress by opening up this elevator here.
If you want to count how many times I've died, just count how many times Lynx has started speaking, because I die inside every time.
Oh, hello darkness, my old friend indeed. So why are we going back down Sans Fortress, people may be asking, and it's quite simple. I actually want to buy some stuff from the blacksmith I forgot to buy when we were coming up from Sans Fortress, when we were like going up to Sans Fortress.
What are you getting from him?
I'm going to be getting the weaponsmith box and the repair box. Very handy stuff for ensuring you can actually upgrade your weapon and ensure it doesn't break while I'm running through.
If you were going to say Titanite stuff, then okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense, because as you remember from the start of the video, I literally just made it a +5 divine. I can't make it any stronger.
Plus, there's a merchant up at the top of Sans Fortress that sells more stuff in terms
Yes,
of
he sells Titanite, but obviously I wouldn't be able to upgrade, because basically what a repair box and weaponsmith box allow you to do, unless you're modifying a weapon, if you're just regularly upgrading it or repairing it, you can upgrade it to bonfire without the requirements of a blacksmith, which is very handy. So I like having, especially the repair box, because in Dark Souls 1, weapons lose durability over time, and eventually they become they get a risk where they actually do less damage, and then they just break. So
except that takes so long to do.
You never know. Like, you can get very unlucky.
No, Dark Souls 1 weapons are as fucking durable as a Nokia. Dark Souls 2, they're like an iPhone.
Yes, but the thing is, in Dark Souls 2, you don't actually have to like repair them. They repair at bonfires instantly. So
but if you take too long, they're like a fucking iPhone when you play basketball with it.
Especially, I actually tried once doing it like I think it's called the Old Knight Halberd. That thing breaks so bloody quickly. Like, when you do like 2 strong attacks, breaks.
Yeah, it has like, what, like 10 or 20 durability or something?
It's literally like, it's like a little stick that breaks instantly.
I was always curious as to what happens when you break it, because on every single piece of Old Knight stuff,
you just have to repair it. You literally just have to repair it.
But it always says at its last moment, it's like shining glory or something.
It does a decent amount of damage. Like, all the weapons do. Like, the old set does a lot of damage. Like, they have also good scaling, but they break so easily. Like, I regretted doing a run with it so badly.
Hey, I've seen somebody do a run through New Game 1 to New Game Plus 7 with the Handmaiden's Ladle.
Oh god, not the Handmaiden's Ladle.
which has 10 durability, has the range of basically a fist, plus a fist, and once it breaks, it literally does do 0 damage.
And the worst part is, in Skull the first thing, you can't actually access it till you get a fragrant branch of yore.
Yeah, which is another thing.
Okay, so we're now back at the top. So this was all just to give Timmy time to actually come to the top so we can do it together. Or, if I wanted to be really cheeky, leave Timmy out, which I wouldn't, I could actually show off one of the legends of Dark Souls, which is Tarkus.
Tarkus. You're not dumping me that quickly, mate.
Oh, I'm not gonna dump you that quick. I don't know. Tarkus is slightly. I mean,
you can't leave me. We have a child.
Without dying. So we'll actually cut here for now, and we'll be back once we actually get Timmy to the top. Let us take on the Iron Golem. Let's finish off Sense Fortress once and for all.
Yeah.
So now we're actually gonna. So that guy, you may have noticed as we're going through the top of Sense Fortress, there's a bunch of giant fire bombs being thrown about the place. Lots of fire, very annoying to deal with. And you're wondering, how the hell do I deal with that? I don't like those fire bombs being thrown at me. So we will be dealing with that before we take on the boss, because otherwise, that thing will actually be throwing fire bombs at us during the fight.
That, or you quote, I think it was one of the scary movie movies. Run, bitch! Run!
Yeah, literally what you do is you run to the back of the boss area, and you can still take him on, just it's a lot harder because it's a very narrow platform, and if you get grabbed, you will most likely get thrown by the Iron Golem.
It's not.
Iron Golem, it's actually a pretty good mid-game boss fight. Like, it's actually pretty clever how it's done, and it has some pretty cool mechanics to it.
Yeah, you can actually make him fall off the edge for a change.
I've never been able to do that because I haven't. Like, I think you have to like.
I have.
I don't want to bother. But luckily, I am going to trip him. So, come up here. This is the motherfucker who was throwing firebombs at us. So the guy who opened the gate, he's a good giant. This guy, evil giant.
And don't let him hit these giant ones because they'll explode. No, they won't.
No, they don't. They don't explode. Don't lie. Don't lie to the people, Timmy.
They're as hollow as a El Cheapo copycat of a Malteser.
Well, they're not hollow. As you can see on the top, you can actually see there's like oil on the top of them.
Yeah, look hollow to me.
Yeah, but basically, if you throw them, I guess that like
the surface area of like the fragments also makes it look like it was really not that big.
Also,
like if you piece together the fragments of one, it would probably be like misshapen and tiny.
Also, just have a look over there. That is actually the boss we're gonna fight. That is the Iron Golem.
Looks more intimidating than what he actually. Hang on.
Well, for the first time, he's actually
OCD.
He's actually pretty intimidating for a first timer. So just before we go in, if you want to meet the beast Iron Mode Tarkus, I'm not going to summon him. He can actually solo the Iron Golem, sorry, if you're having trouble by yourself. Here is a summon site in this what would normally be abandoned, like sort of hut area. But since we're doing a co-op,
it's a fucking tower. It's a
actually should I show? I just realized I didn't show up for cards rapier, but I can't be fucked showing that off. So traverse the white light.
Sadly, no cutscene.
Nope, no cutscene this time. It's straight into the boss. Now, this boss is actually, for a new player, can be pretty rough, but if you know what you're doing, which is literally just go for the shins. That's his weakness.
Yeah. You
roll behind him, you two-hand your weapon, and you literally just go for the shins. Oh, except if he grabs you like that. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, thank God, I got very lucky there.
He didn't.
So you have to be careful, though.
Unfortunately, when he's doing that, you can't actually attack him if you're like a fella.
Luckily, be careful, Timmy. Be careful. Luckily, the good news is we can actually roll behind. Did he get grabbed? Oh, Timmy, no! No, Timmy! Oh, you're alive! Oh, heal! Just take the heal, take the heal, take the heal.
I'm okay.
You're okay. So essentially, what you need to do is be careful when he's doing that grab attack, not to be too close to his legs, because he kind of glitches through and actually still hits you from behind, which is very weird. As you can see, now he's kind of wobbling, so you just want to keep hitting the shins, and eventually he will fall over, or by the time we do enough damage, he'll actually be dead. And that is the Iron Golem. Dead. That's it.
We do fuck tons of damage, like in single hits, so we chunk them.
So that is the Iron Golem defeated. And you will notice, no area opens except this weird ring of light appears. Next time, we'll be examining this said ring of light, and maybe going to a new area. Maybe, next time.